Hello, art bosses. Hey, welcome to the Art Buyer Masterclass that we're hosting today. We're going to be talking about selling artwork. We're going to be talking about that one thing that is keeping us from immediately increasing sales from all the work that we're already doing at our galleries, at our art shows, even online. I'm so excited to be able to share with you today. It's kind of breaking it down into really simple components and providing that opportunity for you to look at your art business and see where do you need to be working right now so that you can increase sales. The Art Buyer Masterclass is really about focusing on how to get our future buyers to purchase. Okay, we're going to dig into that. I'm going to actually show you exactly how we work with artists to allow for them to immediately increase their sales, especially from the shows that we do, the galleries that we're participating in, our websites, and all those places where we're doing all the work, but we're just not getting the sales results that we would like. We're going to show you the exact steps that you need to be taking right now that allow for you to increase and immediately impact those sales. We see up to 30% increase, especially from those in-person events that we do. We also see an increase of even more in the online market. But what we really want to do today is we want to focus on those beautiful shows. It's the middle of May. Okay, so we're moving into show season. For many of us, we've already done our first show of the season. We've already been out there inside of our booths, at those fairs, at those art shows, and we recognize that it's really important to make sure that we can continue the sales conversation with those people who are in our booths. They're in our booths. They're oohing, they're eyeing. They're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. They're pulling their spouses into the booth. And instead of being like, I hope that they purchase, let's actually implement the systems and the tools that are already available here that allow for us to increase our sales and close more of those sales. So let's just take a second here. Okay. So you're either viewing this on YouTube or maybe you're viewing this straight off of the Art Boss dashboard. So if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and comment below. Go ahead and just comment and say and answer some of these questions, because really participating in this masterclass is going to help you see where you need to be working, okay, where you need to be focusing on your own business so that you can close more sales. Yes, here at the Art Boss Formula, we teach artists how to sell. The first thing that we need to do is find our buyers, right? So it's impossible to sell to someone if we don't have our buyers, okay? So, all right, let's just start out here. I want you to comment below, or if you're watching this in replay, just take notes, okay? I want you to write in the comments, what are 3 words? In 3 words, why are you an artist? Okay, so just 3 quick words. Write it on your notebook or put it into the comments here in YouTube, so that we can get some clarity on why we're doing all this work. Okay, so here's what I know. I know that as being an artist and being a business owner, 3 reasons why I'm an artist, or 3 words that I'm an artist, is it's in my DNA. I was born to create. It brings me joy. It brings me peace. It brings me calm. It allows for me to have healing, right? So a lot of in just 3 words, we can be like, it's in my DNA. That's what I was placed on this earth to do. And my goodness, that's what I'm going to do. In order to be a professional artist, it's not just about creating the artwork. It's also about making sure that my artwork gets into the hands of the people who need it, right? So what we're going to be doing is really digging into how do we find our buyers so that we can get our artwork into the hands of the people who need it. So also would love to know in the comments, what type of art do you create? Like, again, just in kind of one sentence, you can say, I'm an acrylic painter, maybe I'm a sculptor, maybe I'm a digital artist, maybe I'm an art teacher. I provide online or in-person training for people to learn how to elevate their skill sets. Go ahead and just in the comments, just write that down. And once again, if you're in YouTube watching this, go ahead, put the comments down. If you're watching this on the Art Boss dashboard, go ahead and take notes. Okay. So this training is going to allow for you to start identifying and start seeing exactly where you need to be working right now to increase your current sales. So let's just kind of do this. Let's do this. If you could take a magic wand and just wave it over your business, what would you like your business to look like? Why are you doing all this work? So when I'm talking to a lot of artists or when I'm looking at my art business, yes, right, I was born to create and I have this urge and this need to create, but I also know that my artwork provides calm, peace, healing for the people who view it, and for the people who own it. I know that every single day they get to experience the beauty of the artwork, the hits of dopamine that they get when they view the artwork. When we start shifting how we are actually approaching our buyers and we start talking not just about how we paint, that we're an acrylic painter and I create large format abstract artwork, or maybe you're an artist who's like, you know what, I've gone to school, I do realism and I do pet portraits or people portraits or landscapes. We need to shift everything and we need to start talking about the transformation that our artwork provides. Because if we want to compete with places like Hobby Lobby and TJ Maxx, keep talking about your artwork and about that you're an acrylic artist and that you paint on 16 by 20s. Or you can shift all this and you can look for the people who want the transformation that your artwork provides for them. So we are today going to talk about how to find those buyers, the buyers who want the transformation, that they want more than just a pretty piece of artwork on their walls. Yes, everybody buys artwork because they're attracted to it and they want a beautiful piece of artwork on their walls. But if you're only looking for people who want a special deal and who want low price artwork, that's already provided for them at places like TJ Maxx, Hobby Lobby, and thrift stores and Goodwill. Those are all places that they can go to get cheap art. What we provide is artwork that allows for people to have an experience and a transformation in their lives. So let's go look for them and let's go find them. You guys are already doing the work. Okay, I want you to raise your hand. Right, again, I want you to raise your hand. Say in the notes, are you doing art fairs? Okay, so if you are, say yes. Say yes, art fairs. Are you working with galleries? Say yes, I'm working with galleries. Okay. If you're working online, say yes, I have a website. Okay, I have social media. I sell artwork in other online places like Etsy and in Pinterest and all the places that you can be selling your artwork. Share with me, tell me what you're doing so that we can start unpacking this. And instead of letting everyone, we call it the vanishing collector, instead of letting everyone visually dine on our artwork for free, let's start engaging and continuing the conversation. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to talk about how we know this, okay? Sometimes it takes more than 3 seconds for someone to make a decision to purchase our luxury item. It's a high ticket. If we're working in the art industry, this isn't about selling a dollar sticker or even $100 reproduction. This is about getting our original artwork into the hands of the people who need it, right? So we know that sometimes it takes more than just 3 seconds for someone to be like, yeah, I'm ready to purchase. It may even take more than 3 minutes when they walk in your booth and they look at your artwork. It may take more than 30 minutes or even 3 hours when you watch your viewers come into your booth, stop at your signature piece of artwork, view it. You can see their body relax. You can see them get excited. You can see them point to your artwork. You can see them grab other people and pull them into your booth. into your art competition. You can see that when you're at your art fairs, that people are pointing and going, that is amazing. I love that piece of artwork. Even in your galleries, the managers are telling you this piece of artwork, everyone stops and comments on it. When you have engagement and when people are already there, we don't want to hope then they purchase. What we want to do is set up some really beautiful tools that allow for us to continue the conversation with those future buyers. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to pull up a presentation. We're going to just kind of walk through the system, right? I'm going to give you a checklist. So if you want the art buyer checklist. This is really an art business checklist. I'm going to even kind of take a step back. We're going to look at your whole entire art business. We're going to identify where you need to be working in your business so that you can immediately close more sales. Okay. So if you like that checklist, once again, just go ahead and pop a note in the comments. If you're already on the dashboard, you're going to see a button below that allows for you just grab the dashboard grab the checklist right now off of the dashboard. And we're going to kind of jump in and spend just a couple minutes giving you kind of a tour. Here, even in the Art Boss, we provide all of the tools that you need to be successful here. We not only provide the training, but we provide the encouragement. And I'm going to, if you would like for me to do this, I'm going to introduce you to some of the art bosses that are already using these tools so that you can see what they're working with and how they're leveraging the power of their artwork and how they're continuing the conversation with their future buyers. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Let me add this to the stage and boop, let's do this. This one. Oop, nope. Add this one to this. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Okay, perfect. We're going to be talking about the Art Buyer Kit. Okay, what do you need to immediately increase sales at your shows, at your galleries, even online? Okay, so we talked about this already. Sometimes it just takes more than 3 seconds, 3 minutes, or maybe even 3 hours for someone to make a purchase decision that is a luxury price point. Okay. When we're working with artists, we don't want you to be focusing all your energy and all your work on a $10 piece of artwork. Our businesses thrive and our clients get a full transformation when we actually can deliver a beautiful transformation that allows for them to get more than just a beautiful piece of artwork. If your main brand and your main marketing strategy is just get a pretty piece of artwork and put it on your wall for $5,000 or $10,000, you're trying to compete with TJ Maxx and they will always win. Instead, we have to make sure that we are identifying those people who are interested in our transformation. And when we find those people, we're already out there doing the work. They're passing through our booths. They're on our websites. They're already seeing our artwork at the competitions and the galleries that we're participating in. Let's start continuing the conversation with our beautiful future buyers. Okay, so we already kind of talked about this. I'm just going to go through this really quickly. What do you want? Okay, what do you want? What do you want for your art business? When you wave that magic wand over your art business and presto, you have the business of your dreams. What do you see? Okay, I'm going to give you guys just a second or two. I want you to take notes here. This is super important. It's going to give you the direction for what you need in order to get the results that you want. And I'll share it. I'll share a little bit about what my business looks like presto. Okay. And I feel so fortunate and blessed that although I would love to live my true dream, even at the next level, I am able to do this. Okay. So I'm an empty nester as of like less than a year. Okay. So I'm enjoying being an empty nester. Alongside of that means travel. I finally have the opportunity to travel more. And when I look at my art business and I look at what I'm doing, I can see that I can literally work from anywhere in the world. Being an artist allows for me to get my inspiration from any place that I go to. and I can be working while I'm also playing. That's my what we call artist life. That's my artist life. That's what I want for myself. I would say 10 years ago, it would have been a little bit different when I would have waved that magic wand. I still had children who were in school. So I was looking for the opportunity to be able to give our whole family an elevated experience, be able to provide income and provide the support for my family that would allow for them to be able to play the sports they wanted, to be able to go to the schools that they wanted to, as they moved into college, to be able to support them in ways that allowed for them to bridge and turn into an adult on their own, but be able to provide some of that financial support. So go ahead and just make those notes. Again, if you're working in YouTube, go ahead and comment in the comments so that we can see what is your artist life so that we can help you get to that goal. Because here's what ends up happening when we don't have the goal and we don't see what our future can be like. We tend to have experiences like this. We call this the vanishing collector. That's the person who comes into your booth. That's the person who's in your social media. They are literally like they're drooling over your artwork. You are giving them hits of dopamine. You're allowing, they don't even recognize sometimes what's happening. They don't realize the power of artwork to actually elevate your spirits, create a connection point, allow for them to understand something that even words can't express, but the visual images that you have and the way that you put color on a canvas or the way that you create a sculpture and its interaction with a negative and positive space, all of those things. Your buyer is in front of you and they're oohing and ahhing and they're drooling over your artwork, right? Again, they're pulling in other people and going, this is the most amazing piece of artwork. You might even chit chat with them. And when they walk away with your business card, you never hear from them again. Okay. What about you're doing all this work? If you're here today, it's because you want to sell artwork. That's what we do at the Art Boss. We teach you how to sell and market your artwork. We break it down into simple steps that allow for you to get the results that you need. Okay. If you're just out there kind of shotgunning it, you're doing shows, you're even in galleries, but you don't have the process for actually closing the sales, it can be super frustrating. And you can start believing, and this is the scariest part, you could start believing that your artwork's not good enough. And I'm going to tell you right now, your artwork is more than good enough. You're probably just missing one simple step in the process for closing more sales. Okay. So if you're in galleries, but you're not closing the sales you want, if you're at shows, but you're just not, you're lugging all your artwork into like a building or into a field and you're spending a whole weekend trying to sell artwork and you just sell maybe a print over the whole weekend, you're doing the work. Now let's maximize the results that can happen. And let's not stress about the 3 seconds, 3 minutes, or 3 hours that someone gives us if they're not ready to purchase in that moment. They're just not ready to purchase yet. Okay. For artists who use the Art Boss formula for their shows, they're closing more sales the week after they leave their booth than the actual moments they're in their booth. Okay. So that right there allows for you to see that the power of what you're doing, you may be stopping right before you close the sale. Okay. So hope isn't a strategy. Okay. So if you're one of those artists who you see people pointing at your artwork and you go, I hope they will buy, it is just not a strategy that works. Let's instead implement exactly what we need to be doing to close more sales. Okay. So I want you guys to all know, if you're here watching this video, you have access right now to it's the Art Boss Kit Masterclass dashboard. It's going to have a replay of this training. It also has that beautiful checklist for all art businesses, what you need to be doing to close 6 figures in artwork and beyond. Okay. If you don't want 6 figures, that's okay. The checklist still works for those of us who maybe just want to make 20,000 a year, 50,000 a year. Maybe you just want to make a couple $1,000s a month. Okay. So it still works. It still works. But I want you to know that you have access to that. And I'm going to show it to you really quickly. Let me pop over here. I'm going to add this to the stage, or am I going to let me remove this one? Let me add this one. I just want you to see the lead kit. Here's the dashboard. Let me look really quick. This is actually okay. Un momento. Here's where it is. I'm going to grab it. RenOha.com/ABK MC dash. So I just typed that into my browser and you can see that it's right here. Okay. It's right here. Okay. So this is from browsers to buyers. Okay. The replay is going to be right here. Okay. That's where I'm going to be putting it as soon as this training is completed. This is just holding the spot. And if you would like to download the business checklist, I'm going to click on it right now. And it's going to pull up the art business tool and checklist. It gives you just a really nice framework for looking at your art business, looking at where you're investing your resources. That includes your time and your money, okay? And this is just a starting point. You may find that not all of these tools and all of these things that you will need, but I'm going to tell you for 95% of you, pretty much need everything that I have here. You may have just a few extra things you need to add. Okay. So I've also given you an example on the second page so that you can see for art businesses on average, like what are you looking to invest in your business? And this is the beautiful part about this checklist. Okay, this is the beautiful part about this checklist. It actually is the tool that we use to help you find your pricing. Okay, so it's one of the steps inside of the Art Boss formula. When we first work with you, we're going to help you find the right price for your artwork. And if you've already completed this checklist and also taken time to really look at what are you investing in, what is your monthly or yearly cost for the tools and what you need in order to be successful, this will help you with your pricing right away. It's a very beautiful checklist. So we're going to actually break apart that checklist. I want you to be able to grab it. Okay. So you have access to that. You can grab that off of your dashboard, and that will allow for you to be working with us, and you can see the checklist. Okay, you don't even have to print it out if you don't want to, just leave it on your computer. But we're going to be using that checklist to start identifying how you can find more buyers and where you can identify inside of your own business what you need to be working on. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull this back up. Move that one. Let me add this one. There we go. Being a little finicky today. Okay, so here is your dashboard. I want you guys to know that it's available for you to be able to use. Okay, so immediately increase sales. That is the goal of today's training. What do you need to be doing to immediately increase your art sales? This is what we want to feel like. Okay, as artists, we want to have joy not only from creating our artwork, but also from connecting with the person who needs our artwork. So we're going to be walking through the steps. There's 4 main components. So we're going to talk about what your business needs in order to produce 6 figures and beyond. Once again, if you don't want the 6 figures, that's totally great. The checklist works just as well. Okay. Here's the facts. Okay. You're already doing the work. You're connecting with your galleries, or you're doing those in-person shows, or you're in social media, or you have a website. Maybe you have all of them. Now it's time to increase the sales from each one of those places by simply giving your future buyers more than 3 minutes to make a purchase decision. More than 3 seconds. Sometimes if you're just in social media, people make a decision within 3 seconds. Okay. If you're at an art booth, they're going to be spending potentially more time, but they're also sometimes not ready even in 30 minutes to purchase right that moment. It is not a failure or a mistake if someone leaves your booth without purchasing, if you have the ability to continue that conversation. If you let them walk away with just your business card and you're like, I hope they call me, I hope they check out my website, okay, Hope is not the strategy that we want to be using. Instead, we want to continue the conversation about our artwork long after they've left our booth. If they've left our booth, we don't want to hope that they come back, hope that they call us, hope that they email us. We want to be able to take back control of the sales conversation and be able to continue to have a conversation with them. That is what we're going to be doing today. So, what do six-figure art businesses need? Okay, what do they need in order to be successful? Here's the checklist. I already showed that to you. We're going to walk through it step by step. We've broken this down into product needs. We're also going to talk about like displays, like displaying our artwork, those shows, those art events. What do we need for those? And what are our marketing needs and what are our sales needs? Okay, so that's how we're going to approach this so that you can start identifying what you need to do first in order to increase sales. Okay, and then I'm going to be introducing you to Maria, to Steffi, to the artists that we work with that allows for them to immediately impact their bottom line. And we're going to show you everything. We're going to show you everything that you need. I'm actually have dashboards that are customized for clients, and I'm going to show you one of the dashboards. Okay, so super fun, super exciting, but let's kind of do a little bit of the hard work right now. We're going to be looking at the checklist. I know this is really tiny. That's why I've already showed you how to download this, and we're going to be breaking it up. But this is it's split up into 5 sections, right? Product needs, display needs, the marketing needs, sales needs, and then I have an other section that allows for you to be able to add anything else that your business may need in order to close 6 figures and beyond. Okay, so what do 6-figure art businesses need? First, products. Okay, let's stop here for a second. Okay, and I'm going to ask you a question. How much money do you spend on supplies? Break it down every month. Okay. If you don't have clarity on what that is, take a stab at it. Okay. If you're like, well, I don't spend anything on products and supply on my product or my supplies. Well, like I mean this sweetly, but we might have found a sales problem. If you're not creating artwork and you're not investing in your artwork, we may have found why you're not closing more sales. Okay. For most artists, this is obvious. It's a no-brainer. You're going to invest in buying paints. You're going to invest in buying brushes. You're going to invest in buying your clay or your marble. If you're a sculptor, if you're a digital artist, you have the top of the line computers. Also, okay, as artists, professionals who are investing in their business, training and art classes are still something that I encourage all clients to make sure that they're always leveling up their skill set. Okay. You do not lead in your social media, I don't know how to paint. What we're instead, okay, think about this. If you went to a doctor and he or she said, I went to medical school 50 years ago, I don't need any additional like training or learn anything else that's out in the marketplace. I don't need to learn new techniques. Okay. Would you go to that doctor? Or if a lawyer said the same thing, yeah, I went to, I was in law school 25 years ago, nothing changes in the law. I don't need to learn anything new. Would you like pick them as your lawyer if you needed help? Okay. So make sure that you're taking a look at your whole entire business and the product. Are you paying for a studio space? Are you selling reproductions? All of this is about your product. Okay. So I want you to take that checklist and start breaking out what your investments are. Okay. I also would love for you to put little notes next to it. How much time are you spending creating your artwork, learning new skill sets around your artwork? Okay. How much time do you spend going out and ordering reproductions and those sort of things? Okay. So number one, most of us are already investing in this. We recognize that this is we can't sell art if we can't make art, right? So pretty obvious. Okay, but I want you to be collecting that information. What is your business owners need to be doing? Okay, to display, right? This is about promoting your work. Promoting being different than marketing. Okay, so what do we need? 1,000% still recommend that you connect in real life with your future buyers. Yes, we have access to the online market, and many of our sales will probably come from people who we never actually physically meet. We just meet them online. But I do love being in the like pulse of what's happening. I love going to art shows because I see that people do sell, people do purchase high ticket, and it also allows for me to just kind of be in the community and be able to engage with my buyers one-on-one, like in person. And when we do that, okay, this is for six-figure businesses, okay? You're not looking for the church parking lot that is inviting artists for free to come into their parking lot, okay? That's not where high ticket and luxury item artists thrive. What we're talking about are the Laguna Beach shows. I'm talking about Kansas City Plaza. I'm talking about the Miami show, the huge Miami show, the original ones, right? Talking about the events that spend a lot of money on marketing to get art buyers to come to your booth, okay? You're going to need to have professional walls and panels. You're going to need to have a professional tent. Okay. I'm not talking about the one you buy at Walmart. I'm talking about a professional tent. You need to have racks, tables, displays, marketing materials, merchandise, framing. Okay. When you're out there and you need to make sure that your artwork looks the best on your walls, right? Lugs. Okay. Lugs are those people who help you set up. If you have family members who do it for free, right? That's amazing, but there's still an investment in a person who's helping you for free. Okay. Travel budgets. I want you to really take a look at this, and I want you to make sure that you're seeing the investment so that you can make sure you're not just covering the cost of doing business, but you're making a salary for yourself. That's the key thing here. Okay. So, like, what does that look like? I know I've done the big shows, panels, 3K, tent, and more, 3K and more. I mean, like, kind of makes my heart like a little race a little bit when I look at what I've invested in order to be able to go out into the world as a professional and looking tight and clean and looking like the price I'm charging is worth it upon first inspection, and then allowing for me to not worry about the people who don't purchase that day that I'm out in the sun, right? And I'm like suffering through the weather if it's not a beautiful day, that I know that I can continue to make and close more sales after that, okay? Framing, oh my goodness, you know this, you guys. Sometimes framing, when framing costs more than what you're charging for your artwork, we might have found your sales problem again. It might be in your pricing. And travel budget. If I'm traveling across the country, I have to set aside a couple $1,000s for hotels, food, gas, renting a van big enough, all those sort of things. Okay, so if you are still doing the smaller shows, that's great. I want you in the pulse of everything. So if you're not at six figures yet and you're wondering why, I'm just going to let you know that these are some of the investments that you need to make in your business in order to show up like a professional artist who's charging professional artist prices. Okay, so what about marketing? Okay, what are your marketing needs? This is one of the areas where many businesses just skip over. So don't worry if you're not familiar with all of the things here. We're going to be digging in. When I show you your dashboard, when we really start talking next about how we work with artists, we actually do all this for you. Okay, you don't have to be an expert in all these tools, but I want you to recognize that these are the tools that you're going to need, whether you're selling in like in-person events at shows and galleries, or whether you're selling online. Okay. So let's just kind of walk through these things. Feel free. Later on, I'm going to share with you, if you would like to grab a clarity call, we can talk a little bit more about how you get your hands on these tools for free, or where you go to start shopping and researching them. Funnel software, okay, really important. This is what allows for you to turn followers into leads, and turn leads into customers, and turn customers into collectors. That's what funnel software does for you. And it does it automatically, okay? Once you get this set up, you never have to touch it again. It just kind of goes on its own. Okay, websites. CRM software, that's client relation management tools that allows for you to see who's engaging in your business so that you can just pull a beautiful lead list every single week or every single month and see who's engaging and who's getting ready to buy. Bulk email delivery platforms can be super pricey, super pricey. Most of them out there charge, the more followers and the more email that you have, the more they charge you. So as your business does better, they charge you more. Okay. So not one of my favorite strategies. I actually avoid companies like that when possible. So just want you to know that that's something that you're going to need. If you're not building an email list and nurturing that list, you're missing out on sales. You're missing out on the ability to close more sales right now. Also, you need to, most businesses who are in the six-figure range, they recognize that it's not just about buying these tools, it's about getting the support and the training they need so that they can leapfrog over the learning curve, okay? And also in marketing, one of the key things to really recognize is the power of not having to talk to every single freebie seeker out there. Instead, using your ads to actually differentiate those people who are freebie seekers from the people who are getting ready to purchase. Okay, so ads aren't just about spending money, they're about actually allowing for you to see who is getting ready to purchase. What else? Okay, so we've gone through three of the four things that six-figure businesses need. You need the product, right? You need to have the artwork. You need to put it out there. You need to display it somehow, okay? Whether it's on websites, whether it's in person. Also marketing, okay? We need to be more than just promoting our artwork. We need to be creating very clear messaging campaigns that allow for us to start closing more sales, which leads us to that fourth thing, which what are our sales needs, okay? Here are the costs and the investments that we have when we're selling. If you're working with galleries, you're going to pay a commission. And good galleries who do the work of marketing and promoting for you are worth every single penny. If you're tying up your artwork in a gallery who's not selling any of your artwork, it is not worth your investment in that gallery. Booth fees. Okay. So if you are doing the in-person shows, there's typically a booth fee, at least to cover the rental of the place and the space, whether it's $25 or $5,000, whichever type of events that you're doing. Okay. There are booth fees. So keep track of that. Show application fees. So even before you typically pay your booth fee, many of the really big shows have show application fees. You pay it whether you get in or not. There's competition and application fees. Oh my goodness, if you're not doing competitions, then we may have found one of the reasons why that you're not getting reach beyond marketing reach beyond just the people you know. If you're selling, you're going to need to cover the cost of delivery, whether that's shipping and handling. We want to make sure that we have automated offer software that is running sales and opportunities for people to purchase. We're putting our offers out there. Okay. When I say sales, I don't mean discounted. I'm not talking sales. I'm talking making offers for high ticket and sales campaigns, okay? Whether that is in your social media, whether it's in your email, or whether it's in person, we need to be making sure that we have those things, okay? So those are the four components we're going to kind of identify. We're going to take this right here and we're going to start looking at our checklist, because the whole goal here, okay, we need to make sure, let me just pop back here because I want to be looking at you. You have to have product. Okay. If you don't have a product and you're not investing in your product and making sure your product is continually leveling up, we probably found a sales problem. We have to show our artwork. If you're not promoting it in your social media, on your website, in person events, we may have found a problem. Okay. If you're not marketing, okay, this is the first place where we can actually do this for you. As business consultants, we can start doing this part for you, and we can start working with you to show you how to sell your artwork, okay? Because this is what it comes down to. Let's pop back over here. Here's how you increase sales, especially from your in-person events. Immediately increase your sales when you continue the conversation about your art after your buyer leaves your booth, okay? If they don't purchase at that moment, which you're going to have People are going to purchase right there in the moment, and we want to close those sales. But for the people who just need a few more minutes or a few more hours, okay, we can create the opportunity to have conversations with them outside of our booth. And that's what we're going to be doing. We want to have those conversations. We know, so what we know as business consultants, we know that your art marketing can be, okay, for a lot of artists, it's the most frustrating and confusing part of your art business. So instead of spending the time to understand it, you skip it. And this right here can be the main reason why you're not closing the sales that you want to be closing. So on your checklist, I kind of circled that third section for your marketing tools. Okay. We do teach you how to sell as well in the Art Boss formula, and especially in the Art Boss Academy. But today we're going to focus right here on marketing so that you can get art buyers. Okay. This is your art buyer kit right here, these marketing tools. When we're looking at this, I'm just kind of putting some numbers here. Before I worked with the tool that we currently have that's created just for artists, this is about what I was spending and more, because I was purchasing every tool individually. Funnel software is going to run in the $100 and above range. CRM, the same thing, $100 or more. The email platforms I was using, Active Campaign, and as I became more successful and my email list grew, so did the cost to send out emails. When I went from 9,999 emails to 10,000 in one, or 10,000, I actually had to pay for 25,000, which bumped my cost of sending out emails to $600 a month. Okay. That's $7,000 a year. I don't want you to learn this the same way I did. When I found the tools that we use in the Art Boss, the ones if you want us to, we're going to build all this for you. We're going to build this whole entire art buyer kit for you. You're going to save tons of money over learning how to do all this on your own. Okay. So we are going to, okay, this is what we talk about. We support artists who don't have the time or don't want to be an expert in all of these software tools. We have everything in all one beautiful Champagne Room. That's the tool that we use to run your art buyer kit. We're going to build your email list for you. We're going to build your social media following. And we're going to give you the names, the phone numbers, and the email addresses of the people who want to know more about you and your artwork. Okay. This is going to allow for you to, at your shows, in your social media, in your website, at your galleries, to be able to have conversations with people that in the past, when they walked away, you just had a hope that they would actually come back to the gallery or call you from your business card or visit your website. Okay. Because you know that you need to focus on creating new work and then talking to your future buyers. That middle part, that marketing, okay, we're going to take that off of your plate and we're going to do that for you. And we're going to provide a shortcut. If that sounds good to you, this is where I'm going to show you how we do this for Marie, how we do this for Steffi, how we do this for Janice, how we support artists who want the shortcut and who want to be able to have those tools that you need, but you don't have to worry about building all of them and doing all of them on your own. We're going to build your email list for you, and we're going to help you increase your social media following as well with the Art Buyer Kit. Okay, so this Art Buyer Kit, I'm just going to kind of let you know what's in it, and we're going to talk about it. I want to show you actually the full entire kit. I'm going to show you the custom dashboard that we give to every single artist that allows for them to not only find their buyers, but allow for you to continue that conversation. Okay. So we're going to build your email list for you. We're going to grow your social media following for you. We're going to build your first funnel for you. We talked about some of that funnel software. That's how we actually collect the contact information from the people who are already visually dining on your artwork for free. They're going to show you how to use your digital marketing software. That's all of that, all that stuff in the circle. Your CRM, your funnel, your email campaign, all that stuff. We're going to show you how to use that. You get to meet with us weekly in order to understand how to leverage and how to become more powerful with those tools. We're going to continue conversation with those people who are visually dining on our artwork who need more than 3 minutes, like 3 seconds, maybe even 3 hours to make a decision on a luxury priced piece of artwork, okay? And we're going to immediately increase the amount of sales that you already close at your galleries, at your shows, on your websites, and in your social media. Plus, okay, I want you guys to know this. This is the most important thing. You're focusing on making sales while we're customizing your marketing tools. It takes us 5 days to set up your marketing tools. All you're going to need to do is send to us a picture of artwork, a picture of you, and a short summary of your artwork. And we create all this for you so that within 5 days or less, you're out there closing more sales. Okay. For those of you who are like, I just want to do this on my own, we do teach you how to do it. You don't have to have us build it for you. So if you're more interested in that, it's totally cool. Just pop me a note. Just let me know. You can grab on that dashboard, you can grab a call with me and I will show you the Art Boss Academy and also the CEO programs where we show you how to create all of your tools. You build them. And as well, we show you how to sell. Okay, we show you not only how to find your buyers, but if you're like, I really need more help learning how to sell, we do that too. Today is for those of you who just want to get your buyers. Okay, they're already visually dining on your artwork. You just need their name and their contact information. This is for you. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we do this for our current art bosses. Okay, this is what your dashboard looks like. This is part of our CEO program because we do the heavy lifting and we build your tools for you and we show you how to use them. So we're going from local buyers to global art sales machine. This is what we want you to do. We want you to not only close more sales at your shows, but we want to forward pace you and future pace you so that you can use the same systems to close more sales in your online market. So you're not just limited to the people who live like within an hour radius of where you do. Okay, so we customize this training portal for you. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you the portal. I'm going to show you Steffi and Maria's and Janice's portals so that you can see what it looks like so that you have the ability to be like, okay, I get it. Not only are you building this for me, my marketing tools, you're showing me how to use them. Okay, so because the goal here is we want you to instantly increase your sales. We have to. If we're investing in tools, we need to be able to use them to increase sales. I want you to increase your sales from your art fairs and your art shows. I want you to increase your sales from your galleries. Okay. If they're not closing enough sales for you, you have a couple choices. If they're not doing their marketing job for you, it may be time to find another gallery. If they are doing their job, you can increase the sales there. When you win, they win. Okay, I love that. I love being able to help my gallery sell more of my artwork. Yes, I'm still paying them the commission, but this is so simple and so automated. Why not? Okay. Increase your sales immediately when people visit your websites. Okay. Increase from social media when they engage with you and any of your other online galleries. If you're in Etsy, if you're in Pinterest, if you're anywhere that you are displaying your artwork, let's instantly increase those sales because this is from gallery to global success. Let's make sure that we have the art buyers who are getting ready to purchase our artwork, who need more than just 3 minutes to make this kind of decision. Okay, so this is what typically go out and I want you to price this. Okay, I don't want you coming in and purchasing this toolkit if you really don't understand the value of what you're purchasing. If this is the first time that you're really digging into your marketing tools, you may not know, and this may be a little surprising to you. But I want you to go out, like go to Fiverr, see what it costs to have someone build a sales funnel for you and a lead magnet funnel for you. Okay, range usually around 3K. Okay, and you're going to have to buy your tools as well. They're going to need for you to come to them with a specific tool so that they can build it for you. Custom training portal, okay, right around $500 is what it's going to be to work with someone for 3 months. Okay, we're going to work with you for 3 months. You're going to have access to that custom training portal. And for 3 months, you're going to have weekly Art Boss support to learn how not to build it, but to use it. Okay, we also teach you if you want to build another lead magnet, come to those meetings. That's what we do every single week. We have artists who are working on their businesses and just need that technical support and the tools that allow for them to automate their business, start finding the people who are engaging with them. The all-in-one software tool, we are going to be giving that to you for 3 months. That charge, typically you're looking at, okay, if you purchase the tools that are all in one, usually around $147 a month, right around that, okay, when that includes your CRM, your email, your bulk email provider, your funnel software, scheduling software, contract software, tons of stuff sitting in there. I'll be honest, before I found the champagne room, okay, my email bulk delivery was $600 in my tool stack. My tool stack was over $1,000 a month. And those were all the tools that I needed to not only leverage the power of selling artwork at my shows and my galleries, but also moving my business online. Okay. So typically, in order to find your buyers and to have these marketing tools, you're looking, I know, right around 5K. It's shocking. It's shocking. But I want you to know that that's not what you have to pay. Okay. Because here we work with artists 24/7. 365. We already have all of the templates and the framework. We're going to plug and play that for you and get it set up for you. So you don't have to spend months trying to figure out the tool. It's going to be a one-time payment of $9.97. Okay. This price is going away. Well, the price is going to go up. Okay. Because there's 4 bonuses here. First of all, the one-time payment option. Okay, you save $500. If you would like for us to split it up into 3 payments, we can do that for you, but that's one of your bonuses. Okay, so let's talk about the bonuses. We're going to be doing all of this. Once again, I want you to go out and price what it's like to pay a marketing manager to do this for you. It can be $5K a month if you're going to hire a marketing manager to do this. We're going to be doing this for you. 5 days, you're going to have your lead magnet funnels, and you're going to have all the email sequences that are going to allow for you to continue the conversation. Okay. And I'm going to show you your dashboard in a minute. Plus these beautiful bonuses. We're going to do this in 5 days. Okay. It's so important that you're out there immediately using these tools. It's show season. Okay. We're going to show you how to close more sales from your shows, from your galleries, from your websites. Okay. We're going to walk through your dashboard and how we do all that. There's another bonus. Okay. I'm going to throw in a one-on-one consult with me. Okay. You can do it at the beginning or you can do it at the end. I recommend at the end, at the end of 3 months, let's grab a call. Let's see how many leads you have. Let's see what you need to be doing next. And in this bonus, we're providing 3 months access to the software. Okay. So that is a software package that you will always need. Okay. It's like you can't rent a paintbrush and then after 3 months go, well, I still need to paint, but I don't have a paintbrush anymore. Okay. You can buy the paintbrushes. Okay. So think about this as a tool that allows for you to close more sales. Okay. The bonuses go away today, guys. Okay. So you have today in order to be able to take me up on that offer. Okay. So I want you to be able to get those bonuses. Okay. Perfect. This is the link to your art buyer kit. Okay. renauha.com/art buyer kit. So here it is. Okay, I want you to click on that and I'm going to pop over here. Remove this one. Let me add this one. Here we go. Okay. Here's your art buyer kit. This is what it looks like. I want you to take the time to read through everything that you're getting in this art buyer kit. This is like a 10-minute video that really kind of summarizes what we just talked about today. So you can watch that if you want to, but really that's what we did today. And I want you to see that you're getting with this, okay, all the things you're getting. We're building your first lead magnet for you. We're building your email list and your social media following. You're getting the software. Okay, that's 3 months access. You're getting a customized training portal. Okay, we build it out for you. And you're getting weekly support. It's tech support from our team as well. Okay, so these are additional bonuses, right? We're doing this all in 5 days for you. You're getting a quick start bonus where we're building in 5 days your lead magnet funnel so that you can put it everywhere. And you can start collecting the names of the people who just aren't ready to buy in 3 minutes. Okay. So I want you to be able to take us up on this pay in full bonus. I want you to be able to meet with me so that we can take a look at your business. Okay. We can look at your full entire business and then see how we can close even more sales from your current strategies. Okay. So consider this. Okay. One sale can cover the price of this whole entire thing. Everything else is just profit afterwards. Okay. So I want you guys to see this. We know, and there's a bunch of frequently asked questions here, like, tell me more about the champagne room. Do I have direct access to Ren? How do I know this is for me? Okay. So it's a really great page to check out. And if you're ready to purchase, you can do that right here. Okay. And you have two options. You're going to be able to do the one-time payment. Okay. Or we can split this up into 3 payments for you. So you will have an option here and you can do whichever one that you would like to do. So this is amazing stuff. Okay. We want you to see what it's like to be in the Art Buyer Kit, okay, what we're doing and how we're working with you. So let's pop back here, and I think I have it here. Okay, this is what your dashboard looks like, and I'm going to show you a live dashboard. Let me add it up here really quick so that you can see it. All right, let me add this to the stage. Yeah, so here it is. I want you to see what it's like. So you come into the program, and this training video right here is how to use this whole dashboard. Okay. So the very first thing that we want you to do is activate your free software. Okay. We're providing free access to the software that we're going to use to build your funnel, create the CRM, build out all your emails so that you're training those people who saw your artwork in your booth, see your artwork in your galleries or your websites. We're actually going out and providing information that they asked us to provide to them. Okay, so we want you to activate that champagne room and take us up on our offer to cover the costs for 3 months, right? Then we just need for you to send us your business information. This is as simple as it is. We just need a picture of your artwork, a picture of you, and a short description of your artwork. So that we can see how you talk about your artwork. Okay. We want to hear what your voice sounds like so that we can create the content that allows for you to, when someone sees what you're offering them, they know it's you. Okay. We're also providing a beautiful Art Buyer Kit. It's a workbook, fully downloadable, so that you can keep it and you can continue to use it. We also provide weekly calls. You're working with us for 3 months, you guys, and we give a weekly call where not only do we show you what we built for you and how to use it. If you're like, I'm ready to start building some of these puppies on my own, I would like to know more. That weekly call is for artists who understand that the best way to take the heavy lifting of sales and marketing off of your plate is to automate it. Okay. We also have a FAQ. So if you clicked on that, it goes all the way down to the FAQ, some of the things that you need to know about your business. Okay. And also, when you have access to the champagne room, we're also giving you, this is what it looks like. You're going to sign in, and it's going to open up a dashboard that's going to allow for you to see all of the leads that are coming into your beautiful system. So let me pull up the demo account real quick so you can see it. Okay. This is a tool. It just has this lovely dashboard that allows for you. If the only thing that you ever do is pull up this tool to see how many leads you're finding every week, that's what we want for you. This is a demo dashboard, and you can see that it just tracks the number of people who are coming into your universe and the number of sales that you're making, as well as you can use this for a lot of different tools. There's like you can create your to-do checklist and all kinds of fun things here. But really, if all you did was come in here, we build everything for you, and you just look right here at the opportunity status and the opportunity value, that's what we want for you. Okay, so let me pop back and show you the rest of it. Okay. So after you've done This is your hard work. You just need to send us information and set up your free account in the champagne room. We do all the heavy lifting and build this for you in 5 days. That's what we're doing for Steffi and Janice and Marie. And while we're building it, we want you to understand what the lead magnet is and what we're doing. Like, what is the lead magnet? What is the lead magnet link? Okay. Because the goal here is to monetize your free zone. Okay. Gone are the days that you have to go for free to an art show or leave your artwork in a gallery for free or do an event and then just, maybe close just a little bit of art sales. We want you to have a tool that allows you to walk your dreamy new future clients down the path to the sale, right? Turning all those people who are visually dining on your artwork into art buyers, okay? And we also want you to see what you're getting, okay? What is a lead magnet URL? We are building out your lead magnet. It is going to be delivered to you as a URL that you can use everywhere from your shows to your social media and online selling. And then this is your dashboard. Okay. Your first goal is we want you to collect 100 email addresses from each of your in-person events. Okay. Step number 2, turn your landing page and websites into lead generation machines by adding this lead magnet link. Gone are the days of subscribe for my newsletter. Instead, give them an offer to get connected to you, to get a free piece of artwork that allows for them. It's so easy to say yes, to opt in to your universe, and it makes sense why you're reconnecting with them and you're starting your email campaigns. Okay, so all of this is here about why we need to be doing that. Step number 3, crack the code on your social media engagement and track purchase intent. The core to closing more sales online is seeing not that you have 1,000 people who went to your website or that you had 800 likes on a social media post. This is about seeing exactly what is their name, what is their email address, so that you can continue to have conversations with them. And we're providing an extra next step bonus. We want you to turn on the faucet to more leads. Okay. We want you to recognize that there's really amazing training over in the champagne room, running everything from running ads to creating additional funnels, registration funnels, giveaway funnels, all of the things that you need to run not only your online business, but your in-person. For those of you who really just need to grab a clarity call with us, you will always have access to us. You get your one call here. And if you'd like to learn more about how we teach people to close more sales, this is the whole entire Art Boss formula. And we provide that support and training in the Art Boss Academy. Okay, so lots of fun and amazing things going on here. And we want you to have everything you need to find buyers. If you recognize you might be struggling with selling, we provide that support and training as well. But today, I want you to get buyers, okay? Today, I want you to take all the work you're doing at your shows. It's spring. It's moving into summer and fall when most artists do their main business during these quarters. The quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 are all art fairs and art shows. Let's close 30% more sales. And there are artists who are collecting 200 emails every single time they do an event. So they'll close 5K during the weekend or the fair. And then they're like, because I have people to reach out to, I know I'm going to 30%, 50% more sales simply because they have the ability to continue the conversation. So let me see. We're going to add this back real quick. Let's remove that, and let's add this. Okay. Right. Who's this for? Okay. I know a lot of you are like, well, I'm not ready to invest in my business at this level. Okay. I want you to recognize this is for people who understand that what's missing in their business, they're creating the product and they're out there displaying their artwork. Okay. You're doing the work, but you know something's missing. One sale is going to cover the cost of your art buyer kit. If you already know how to close those sales, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's a no-brainer. Okay. And this is who it's for. You're done hoping that your buyers will buy. You're done waiting to see who's going to call you back. Okay. You're exhausted with all this work that you're doing. It's a lot of work to set up an in-person event. Okay. It's a lot of work to connect with your galleries. Let's stop chasing the vanishing collector and basically let's stop running around in every direction without the sales that we want to support that work. This is for people who are professional artists, okay, who want all of the confusion in marketing and all the overwhelm in their marketing tools just to stop. You know that it's more important to spend your creative energy creating new artwork than building new funnels, building new email campaigns. I'm also going to say this is for you. Okay. You had to sell at least one piece of artwork. Okay. Even if it's just to friends and family. If you haven't sold your first piece, then I want you to grab a call with me and we'll talk about the selling. Like, how do you sell more artwork? We have the Art Boss Academy that is set up to allow for you to sell more of your artwork, because we teach you how to sell your artwork. Okay. I'm also going to follow this up. Okay. If you're a professional artist, you're not afraid of hard work. So this isn't a big deal. Okay. You have to be driven and ambitious and not afraid to do the work. Okay. All the stories, Marie, Steffi, Janice, these are people who do the work. When they meet a challenge, they don't go, give up. They continue on and they persevere. This is the aha moment that I want everyone to see. There's a shortcut here. For artists who want more, we have additional sales training, but we really want for you today to see, if you don't have the marketing tools that are bridging from you're doing the work, but you're not closing the sales, this is the answer. Okay. This is the way that we increase our sales. We're so excited to work with you. Okay. So for those of you who want more, you're like, the Art Buyer Kit is great, but I really want to have the full transformation and I want to know how to sell, then I want you to grab a call with me. And that's back here. It's right here. Okay. It's renauha.com sales booster. Okay. So feel free to grab a call with me. Before we go, I just kind of want to summarize here who it's not for, because my friends, if this isn't for you, then I want you to just recognize this. We do have other things for you. If you've never created a piece of artwork, you spent zero time learning a craft or art skill set, okay, you need to have a product to sell. What I'm going to recommend is that you grab a private consulting package with me and we can talk about what you need to be doing, okay? Number two, if you don't have a computer or reliable internet connection to run your art business, these are really powerful tools. You're going to need those, okay? So make sure that before you purchase this package, you do have a computer. All right. Here's the final thing. You'll never, ever, ever consider talking to any of your customers. Now, I don't think this applies to many of you because you're already doing the art shows and you're already working with the galleries and you're already out there doing the heavy lifting of displaying your artwork. But if there's someone or something outside of your control that you're not able to be online, okay, that's okay, because you're doing in-person events. But what I really need to call out here is there aren't refunds for owners who didn't realize that you need to talk to people. Okay. You're selling your amazing artwork. And if you don't want to sell $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 product without ever having to talk to someone, then this might not be for you. But what I'm going to recommend is, again, a private consulting package, because we have team members who are trained on selling artwork and they could sell it for you. We just need to make sure that we've got everything aligned and in order. So grab a private consulting package as well. Okay, so here it is. Just going to give to you guys the link to learn more. Pop back here. It's Art Buyer Kit. Okay, renauha.com/Art Buyer Kit. Would love to be able to help you leapfrog and shortcut this. I'm just going to build it for you. 5 days, you're going to be able to increase your sales. For those of you who are already doing the work, a 30% bump in your sales will pay. Your very first show will pay for this. For those of you who are in galleries, we're going to be showing you how you can use this tool to start getting the connection with the people who are visually dining on your artwork. Okay. And for those of you who are maybe you're already working inside of the online market, we're going to also show you how to really what we call amp up your social media so that you can turn your local sales into global sales. So you guys, you're amazing. I look forward to hanging out with you guys. And also, if you have questions, feel free to grab that link, the Art Buyer Kit. Okay, you're also going to find it on your dashboard. You're going to be able to connect to the Art Buyer Kit right on your dashboard as well. So we will see you guys soon. Have a really great one, and I will talk to you guys later.